Welcome. In this video, we're going to do a solo variant of the DC deck building game using the Dark Knight's Metal version. So down at the table, getting ready for setup. Basically, there's two things that changes playing solo mode. We're going to get a 20-turn timer, so whether you want to use some other form, this is a variant from the BoardGameGeek. They suggest using 20 weaknesses as a timer from a different set. Basically, at the beginning of every turn, we're going to knock one off the timer. Then the only other change is after we draw our 5 cards for our hand, we are going to destroy a card from the lineup. And if that card happens to be a villain with an attack ability, we will suffer that attack. So at the end of 20 turns, we'll add up our score. Some additional in-game scoring is we're going to get +5 points if we defeat all the supervillains. And if we do that super quick, we'll get +3 points for each turn remaining. So those are the changes of the game. So we'll go ahead and finish our setup. We already have Batman captured by the Batman Who Laughs. We'll take Barbados. He's going to be our last supervillain. We'll take the 3 11s, give them a shuffle. Then the 3 9-cost villains, or supervillains, give them a shuffle. And revealing the Murder Machine is our first one to defeat. And for the beginning of the game, we do not trigger the first appearance attack. We have our 3 vulnerabilities and 7 punches. We will shuffle those together. New sleeves, very slick. Then we will shuffle our remaining characters, draw 2 and choose one to play with. So we have Plastic Man and Superman. So Superman requires 3 weakness cards before we become captured. And each time you play a weakness, +1 power. And for Plastic Man, once during each of your turns, you may have the next card you play gain a type or subtype of your choice until the end of the turn. And I think I'm going to choose Superman. We'll shuffle Plastic Man back in here. And then reveal our starting lineup. All right, we've got the Strigaday villain. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but oh well. Steel, Oblivion Bar, Onimar Sin, and the Phantom Zone Projector. So those are our starting cards. We start with 5. So we got one of our vulnerabilities and 4 punches. So we started with 20. First thing we do is go down to 19 turns left. We'll play our cards out. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 power. Everything out here is either 3 or 5. And my choice is being made just because it's got Superman on it to match our character. So it's going to give us +2 power and a defense ability. So that goes away. We draw our other 5 cards. We have to destroy 1 card in play. We'll get rid of these. Then the Flash comes in, along with some Promethium. So next turn, player 2 vulnerabilities, then 3 punches, gives us 3 power. So I'll go with Steel for the draw card ability and possibly +1 power for each equipment and or other metal card you play or have played this turn. So shuffling up, drawing 5 cards. We'll get rid of the Oblivion Bar. Since we just got the other one, I'm going to keep these 2 metals in play, replacing with the Tomb of Hathset and a Dream. Take a turn off here. We'll play Steel to draw a card. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 power, which we will use to get this villain that is totally metal for +3 power. Next hand, I think we'll get rid of the tomb. Then we get a Phoenix Cannon and black mana. Another turn gone. 2 vulnerabilities, 3 punches. We're going to go for a breakthrough. Actually, no, we're not. We'll go with Prometheum. Drawing 1, then shuffling. So we'll be getting 4 more cards here. Destroy black mana. Replacing with Carter Hall's Journal and Nth Metal Mace. Lose a turn. All right. Vulnerability. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go with the Flash and the Phoenix Cannon. Set up for next turn. Lots of yellow. And while this is good for victory points at the end of the game, possibly it's not going to help us. And we're on a timer here that's ticking away. All right. So I already took that down. 4 power. Costs 9, 5, 2, 6, and 7. So I guess it's time to get a breakthrough. Our next 4 cards plus 1. Prometheum. We are going to get rid of Dream. Replace it with Power Channeling. Next turn. We will draw a card. We get +1 power for each equipment and or other metal card you have played this turn. So vulnerability is being drawn. So we got 2 of those. We do have a metal card, so that's going to give us +2, 3, 4, and 5. I think we'll go with the Ankh Portal. And their next turn, we'll get rid of the multiverse map, replacing with Electrum and Cyborg 1,000,000. 12 turns left. We got close to 9 once. All right, we'll play the Flash to draw a card. We may gain a weakness if you do an additional 3 power. We'll see about that. See what we get up to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus a weakness for an additional 3 gets us to 9. And instead of going there, I'm going to go for Nth Metal Mace. It's +4 power, and it gives us a defense, discard to avoid an attack. If you do, draw 3 cards, and then destroy any number of weakness cards in your hand. Five cards. We will get rid of Power Channeling, replacing with a Phoenix Cannon and Mr. Terrific. 11 turns left. So vulnerability. 2 punches. So we're up to 5, 6, 7. You may return this card to the stack. If you do, destroy a weakness or a vulnerability you control. We'll do that. So we're 1, 2, 7 power. So we will pick up Carter Hall. Time to shuffle to get 5 cards. All right. So our next hand, we will destroy the Phoenix Cannon, getting Lady Blackhawk and Brutal Chase. 10 turns left. Play Steel to draw a card, getting a punch. So we've got 3 punches in play. Steel gets us +1 power for each equipment and or other metal card you play. So we've got an equipment and metal. And of course the attack is each foe gains a weakness and puts it into their hand. but we don't have any of those. Well, let me play this one last in case we need to get us a weakness. So we're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't see any reason to get another weakness. We've got enough to take him down. So as a reward, destroy up to 2 cards you control, and this goes to a victory point stack and not into our discard pile. We are going to destroy these 2 punches. Each time you gain a supervillain with cost 13 or less, which is going to be all of them except the last one, we gain 2 weaknesses. We rescue Batman. So now we have the ability each time you play a weakness, look at the top card of your deck, destroy it or leave it. And of course, each time we play a weakness, we get +1 power. And at any time there are no captured characters, top card of the character stack becomes captured. So Plastic Man has now been captured. So ending your turn. Drawing 5. Let's see. We will get rid of Brutal Chase. Placing it with Dr. Fate. 9 turns left. Well, before we go down to 9, got to flip this next guy over. All right, first appearance, the Merciless. Each player reveals the top card of their deck and passes it to the discard pile of a foe. Who didn't avoid this attack? All right, so we do have a defensive card. But if we lose it, all right, discard this to avoid attack. If you do, you may destroy a card in your discard pile. And we've got some weaknesses, so that seems good. But we also have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 power if we don't. And the way this works is each player reveals top card of their deck and passes it to the discard pile of a foe. Since we're the only one that's not going to defend, all we do is reveal and do nothing with it. So that kind of worked out in our favor. So now down to 9. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we can take out the Merciless, reveal the top card of the main deck, put either that card or the card beneath it on top of your deck. So the main deck, we have Plastic Man. I think we can do better. So we're going to get this one no matter what. Batmanium, it's metal. Reveal the top card of your deck plus power equal to its VP value. So that goes on top of our deck. He goes to our victory point pile. We gain 2 weaknesses. We release Plastic Man, so once during each of your turns, you may have the next card you play gain a type or subtype of your choice until the end of the turn. Discard those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our next turn, we've got a defense ready. So Batman Who Laughs captures Hal Jordan. And we get attacked by the Devastator. Each player reveals 3 random cards from her hand, then either destroys those cards or destroys the cards or destroys the other cards in their hand. Well, we will definitely be defending that. So the Flash comes to our rescue. Discard to avoid an attack. If you do, draw 3 cards, then discard 3 cards. So drawing 3 and discarding the same 3. All right, 8 turns to go. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reveal the top card of your deck. Get power equal to its victory point, 0. So we're stuck at 6. And we're going to go with Cyborg 1 million. Ending our turn, drawing our invulnerability, and 4 more cards. Oh, that's not good. We'll get rid of Dr. Fate. Getting Plastic Man and a War Cry. 7 turns left. And we know what we've already drawn, so now this does apply to our other heroes, so it does require 3 weaknesses before one of ours becomes captured. Each time we play a weakness, we get +1 power, and each time we play a weakness, we look at the top card of the deck, destroy it, or leave it. And we've got to play our weaknesses first. So weakness number 1, we look and we'll destroy it. Weakness number 2, we look and we'll keep it. Then we'll play a vulnerability and a punch. So we made it all the way up to 3. Well, actually 4 or 5 because of his ability, which I think is going to be a Mr. Terrific for us. All right, 1 weakness. We will get rid of Plastic Man. Coming back in with T-Spheres and X-Ray Vision. 6 turns left. Weakness. We get to look at top card and destroy it. We will. +1 power. We can draw a card with Steel, getting the Flash, which is going to let us draw a card. Getting a punch. So Steel, +1 power for each equipment and or other metal card you play or have played this turn. So that's going to get us an additional 2. And then that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10. Gets us a Devastator. So after refilling your hand at the end of this turn, gain a breakthrough and put it into your hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes. Breakthrough is going to come in handy. No defense, so we're about to be in trouble. We will get rid of X-Ray Vision, replacing with Speed Force. Oh yeah, and we defeated, so we get 2 more weaknesses. Rescue Hal Jordan. The second time you buy or gain a card from the lineup during each of your turns, you may destroy a starter you control. So that means the Flash is now captured. And now we're getting attacked. The Red Death. Each player draws a card, then discards 2 cards at random. So, drawing Prometheum. And we've got to discard 2 cards at random. Hopefully they're 2 weaknesses. All right, 1 weakness and a Phoenix Cannon. Turn 5, or 5 left. Play a weakness, look the top card, we'll destroy it. We're going to do a breakthrough, so this has already banked us 1. We're going to do this to bank us up to 3, return that and destroy this, or at 3, go up to 6, 9, 10, 11. So we got lucky again. So draw 2 additional cards when refilling your hand at the end of this turn, then discard 2 cards. Along with 2 weaknesses. Pick up the Flash. Now once during each of your turns, when you play a defense card, draw a card. Batman finds Cyborg. Get rid of those 3. All right, we're drawing 2 and shuffling. So we'll get 3 more cards here. All right. And then because of the Red Death, we get to draw 2 and discard 2. I think we'll discard those. And once again, no defense. Each player reveals the top 5 cards of their deck, stopping when empty, and discards all revealed cards with cost 1 or greater. It's going to ruin our next turn. So, yikes. We get to keep those. Let me make sure. All right. 4 turns to go. We are going to draw a card. Go ahead and play that. Reveal the top card. We kind of already know what it is, so nothing there. Well, it is a -1, but in the rules it does state this will not get us negative negative power, so it still counts as a 0. For him, we've already played an equipment. We've got another equipment and metal card coming, so that's going to be 3 for us. 4, 5, 6, 7. If you player had played an equipment, superpower, or another metal card this turn, it gets an additional 2, so we're up to 7. This is going to get us up to 10. And that gets us to 11. So we've taken down the drowned. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, destroy any number of them, then return the rest. All right, we will destroy all of those. And rescue Cyborg. So once during each of your turns, +1 power for each metal card you control. Then Deathstroke gets captured. We get 2 weaknesses. And I think that's everything there. Drawing 5. All right, that's a problem. All right, the Dawnbreaker. Each player simultaneously discards a card. The players that discarded the card with the lowest cost gains 2 weaknesses. Well, that helped us a little, so we're going to discard a card, which is going to be the lowest. So we'll gain 2 weaknesses. That will take us down to 3 turns left. But it means our whole turn's not going to be wasted. We'll play a weakness, +1 power, look, choose to destroy. Play a weakness, +1 power, and choose to keep. So we got Mr. Terrific. Let's just reveal the top card of the deck and you may destroy it. We already know we want to keep it. And then another +3 power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I guess I'm just going to go for victory points now. So pick up those 2. Ending our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, there's a lot of weaknesses in here, so we'll do some shuffling. We are only going to just draw 1 of these, though, which is a weakness. Makes sense. We'll destroy the War Cry. Pull out Challenger Mountain. Aquaman, and Antimonitor's Antenna. So our next turn, 2 turns left. Weakness 1, we will keep, and same thing there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got up to 8. +1 power for each metal. So we're up to 10. So once again, I'm going for victory points to count out all the weaknesses I have. We'll buy this for 3. This for 4. So the second time you buy or gain a card from the lineup during each of your turns, you may destroy a starter you control. So that was 7 and 8, 9. End your turn. Drawing 5. All right. We'll destroy the mountain. So we're getting a baby, Striggy die, Batmanium, and the Court of Owls. One more turn to go. Reveal the top card of your deck. We may destroy it. We won't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. If you play or have played a hero or another metal card this turn, an additional 1. So we have. That takes us to 10. That takes us to 11. So we can get the Dawnbreaker. So gain a card in the lineup. And 4 victory points looks good for gaining a card. So discard. Drawing 5 cards. 3 weaknesses. Not good. We will discard that one. Bringing out the Dark Multiverse and Mecha Construct. The last one here, each player gains a weakness card for each character on their team. Oh, geez. Fortunately, we have a defense for that. Discard this to avoid an attack. If you do, draw 3 cards, then discard 3 cards. So that really saved us here. So drawing 3. All right, maybe not. Discarding 3. This is our last turn. We play a weakness. We'll keep it. 3 weaknesses. One of our heroes becomes captured. We'll say it's Plastic Man. And that ends our turn and also ends our game. So needless to say, we are not getting the bonus 5 for completing or any 3 for completing it quickly. So let's go ahead and tally up our points. Okay, for scoring, some interesting things. I only had 1 starter left in my deck, which was nice, but 10 weaknesses was a problem. We did end up taking out 6 supervillains, so with negative 10 points here, that takes care of these cards. So that's a wash. Then each of these stacks has 10 victory points in here, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We end the game with 70 victory points. And that's a quick run over of how to play solo mode for the DC deck building game. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, so please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.